Okay, so originally, guys, it's actually Daniel Dubois that actually fell ill, not Parker. So whoever typed this on Forbes.com had no idea what he was writing. It's so dumb. Oh my gosh. And of course, guys, let's not talk about Shakur Stevenson versus Floyd Schofield. And okay, so February 21st, they have Padley doing the face off with Shakur Stevenson. And Padley looks like he's in good shape, but because of his underdog status and how he doesn't, like, I don't think he's much of a tough fighter, but he doesn't have a lot of knockouts. He barely has clinching and stuff, but he could still bring out an upset victory. Like at this moment, he was number 10 in the IBF, WBC at number 12, and WBO at number 7. A person working as a construction worker for house developments comes out and makes this amazing fight. Now, the information said that mostly Shakur Stevenson was expected to defend his WBC lightweight title against Floyd Schofield, but early in the fight week, his competitor Floyd was withdrawn from the fight due to illness. With Schofield out, Josh Padley steps in. And here's the part that really upsets me the most about this, because this is the moment where guys, guys, here's something else I'm going to show you viewers. Like this one right here is slap in the head, because this one really gets me confused. So like I wrote here, now this is what I read right here as expected, because he was supposed to take on Floyd, but Floyd got withdrawn due to illness. But then Stevenson stated, Stevenson was not surprised to learn that Schofield would not be his opponent in Riyadh. I was already kind of expecting it. I knew the kid was scared from the start, scared from the jump, said Shakur Stevenson. I seen him. He was definitely scared. He's a punk. Dude, what the frig are you talking about? Dude, like, what are you talking about? Like, this guy is known for being like friggin' Lance Storm, like ECW World Tag Team Champion, WCW United States Tag Team Intercontinental World Champion in WCW, and barely an Intercontinental and Tag Team Champion WWE, and he's always going to be known for Stone Cold Steve Austin calling him boring in 2003 and 4, and how his career died in 2005 because, like, and people will always remember Lance Storm for being boring for how crap this is. You have Shakur Stevenson trying to get his fans back just so they'll think that he's an entertaining fighter, and dude, come on. Like, that is so ridiculous. I just don't know what to say. Oh, and by the way, before I get to the show, Israel Madrimov, after his loss in August by Terrence Crawford and how close that fight was, stated that he had bronchitis during the time before the fight and against Virgil Ortiz. And he had problems in the fight because of bronchitis, of illness. And of course, we'll talk about Shiraz and his Carlos Adam fight, where it stated that he had a broken hand, which is why he felt defenseless in the fight, which we'll get to that later. Which makes me wonder, is Saudi Arabia near a power plant near Chernobyl? Because what's with the illness problems? If Daniel Dubois is telling the truth that he had an illness, and Floyd Schofield and also Madrimov had bronchitis illness, is something going on right now? Because we had to protect our top guys just so this would never happen. I'm not calling Daniel Dubois a liar or Floyd Schofield a chicken if he was backing out of the fight because he was scared of Shakur Stevenson, but something was up because these guys were in a few days' notice before the fight, and Madrimov decided to take the fight either way. So it makes me wonder something. I don't want to say something's bad in Saudi Arabia, but it just makes me feel like something is up. And I'm trying to get down to business of why this is the case. I really don't know. And here's the thing, guys. Like, even though we'll talk about Martin Bakal, because Martin Bakal had a few days' notice in the fight, and it stated that he wasn't working out his shape as he went in at 315 pounds during the fight. And he was not in the best shape. I'll give him credit for trying, that he went into the fight. He did. He had the balls to save the show, but it just cost him his life. And after I heard about his weight and his other thing, I was gonna say he might have brought in an underdog victory here, like Josh Padley, but after seeing some stuff, I still gave Stevenson a win by points, and I still thought maybe Joseph Parker was gonna hurt Bacall really much because he wasn't in the best shape. So I gave him round 6 TKO for Parker to win, which we'll get to that soon. But yeah, here's the thing, guys. Even if Dubois was ill or not, him keeping the title just so they would have Parker and Bacall for a fight for the WBO interim title just didn't seem like it was a good idea. And guys, I will agree with YouTuber Propa Boxing, because Propa Boxing did have an interesting point when he actually made a video at the time talking about the incident. He uploaded the video a couple days ago called "This Was Just Insanity and Madness," when he even talked about how they would have just had the IBF title stripped away from Dubois, which he wasn't wrong. When Propa Boxing once said that anything that I had gone as far to say that the world title should have been on the line between Parker and give me a second, and Bacall. I'm not actually digging out to say that Dubois fell ill or not. Just saying ill or not ill, if you can't defend the title, I don't see that you should keep it. Otherwise, we might get a Jermell Charlo situation. Now, guys, when we're talking about Jermell Charlo, we're talking about his other twin brother, not the undisputed champion that lost against Canelo Alvarez. We're talking about his other brother, twin brother. Yeah, there's 2 Jermell Charlos. One's undefeated, and he has been on hiatus because of absence and still has a title for a long time without defending it. And the Charlo that was undisputed. And if you guys haven't heard about that, yeah, you'll be surprised. Yeah, there's 2 twin brothers, and they're both world champions. So... but yeah, and I do agree with what Propa Boxing said, because he's not wrong. Like, even if you're ill or not ill, I don't see you keeping the title, because I do want to see Daniel Dubois versus Joseph Parker, or Parker versus Usyk, because to be honest, he deserved the title shot. Either way, that doesn't mean just because even if he's not better than Usyk, doesn't mean he still deserves a title shot. Just because if Caballel might not be a good fighter, he's still a top fighter in the top 3 of BoxRec. He deserves a title shot, even if he's good or not. He still deserves it. Even Kubrat Pulev, just because he didn't do a good job with Vladimir Klitschko in 2014, doesn't mean he still deserved it. Everyone deserves a title shot. But we're giving all these British fighters their titles. It just gives me a headache, and I can't wait to talk about all the dumbness, because there's just so much crazy information, and I'm sorry it's been 18 minutes for me talking about this, but I just don't know. I don't know.